Hello and welcome to the shop floor here at Brooks Collectables. Now this is not going to be my usual kind of... That made me jump out my skin. Wasn't expecting that. Now this isn't going to be my usual kind of video. Very little edits, very quick, because today is a very special day. This is the day in 1949 that we first opened. It's Easter 1949 and Brooks Collectables. Bit of a this is your life moment. I'll show you this picture. Brooks Collectables opens to the public for the first time. And I know there's a little bit of reflection there, but that is Mr. Brooks outside the shop in the 1950s, waiting for customers to come through the door. So what I thought I would do today, we've done shop tours, we've had a look around the ground floor before now. So for today, I thought what I'm going to do is a quick tour of the museum. So as we come through, if you've been to visit, you'll know this is the main shop floor. We've had an absolute ton of deliveries, which is what we've spent most of the day putting away. What do I need? Right, let's go upstairs and let's have a look around the museum, which is something I've not really done a tour of for a very long time. Here we go, we'll put the lights on. Sorry, this is not my best bit of filming. If I hold the camera up like that, then I'm not going to knock the tripod on the stairs. So, first thing, and I will be doing a little bit of a video about this. If I can just move the camera up. We have moved the BMX to here. So no longer is it up in the air, it's on the floor. So I've just taken the camera off the tripod and I'm going to flip it around there because we've moved the BMX to here, which is a bit of a better position for it. And there is my Sinclair C5 with Stormy from downstairs, his twin brother, guarding it, making sure no little kids or big kids sit in it and destroy it. Right, I'm just going to do that. Oops. Bit clumsy, I've dropped my tripod. So, lights on. Lights on and I can show you around the museum. I'm glad my camera wasn't on that when I dropped it. So welcome to the museum shop floor. That doesn't make sense. So welcome to the toy room. This is the museum above the shop and this is where all the really cool stuff is. Now it starts here with buses. So we're going to take the camera off and I am just going to scan over just to give you an idea how many buses we have. A lot of these in here are Blackpool buses and the ones at the back are specially made Brooks Collectables buses. So we obviously get a lot of bus collectors in the shop. After buses we have a lot of our mint and original Dinky and Corgi. So again I'm just going to quickly scan over slowly. A lot of these models in here are original shop stock, so they've never actually been sold. There's only a couple that are refurbished, and then there are some that are a little bit play worn, where we've collected them afterwards. A lot of military vehicles, obviously that Dinky did post-war. Oh, and there's some rather cool, and these are cracking Britain soldiers just down at the bottom there. These sort of plastic with a metal base, which are very cool. That here, this tank, is one of the earliest toys in the museum, 1947. Well, I think 1930s is the youngest toy, but so we have toys going back quite a long way. There's some really epic corgis in here. And hopefully this gives you a bit of an idea, or more of an idea of the kind of things that we have here at Brooks Collectables. And really what I'm trying to do is encouraging you to come and visit. There's a very cool Green Hornet, that's me just hitting the glass with my camera, Green Hornet in the corner there. And, done it again, my very favourite Avengers gift set with the 3 umbrellas in it, which is very cool. And of course, that's not Marvel Avengers, that's Emma Steed and, no, come on. That's John Steed and Emma Peel. This is, my brain's muddled today. I've been here since about 7:30 this morning, so long day for me. So down here, if I can just show you this run of cabinets here, these were all made in Blackpool, and these are original to the shop downstairs. These were made in the 1950s. You can just see me in the background there. These are more modern cases, but these are our older ones. And we have quite a big selection of minis and unusual cars. There's a bit of Inspector Mouse there. I think that's what he was called. A lot of Rolls Royces, lots of different and unusual models. Then we have the military. So this was our brass case, and it had all our brass ornaments in when the shop was open. And another cool case, this is the James Bond case. And I'm sorry if you're getting reflections. There's the Toyota 2000 GT, and then there it is in metallic blue. I don't know why Corgi ever did that. There's some little cars there. That one looks like it's going over the edge. There's the flying car. That signature there, although it doesn't look like it, is Roger Moore. Got a couple of movie cars there. Up in the corner there is a very cool Sean Connery signature. Original DB5, original DB4 that they made it from, and then the reproductions and the later ones from the 70s. So a lot of James Bond stuff in there. Still missing a couple of toys. There's still a couple of things that I need to get my hands on for that case. Some of the cooler, harder to find James Bond toys we would like. Used to have the attaché case, sold it and shouldn't have done. But that would be something that would look really cool in there. James Bond attaché case with the gun and the dagger that comes out the side. Now we're getting into the Star Wars. And again, this is more of the episode 1. And then we've got some graded and all my R2s, including the Droid Factory one there. Real selection of stuff. There's General Grievous with a couple of broken bits. What I'm going to have to do is nip back over here and get my keys. I think I've left them in the door, haven't I? And then what I can do is show you more of the stuff in this case here, because what we've had to do in here is switch a lot of the lights off in the cabinets, because it costs roughly £6,000 a year just to light up this whole area. And if I can show you how big it is. So really what we're trying to do is reduce the cost of the lights so that we can give more money to charity when people donate to the museum. So I'm just going to flip that round. And of course we have a lot of vintage Star Wars in here. Just going to go in and across. There's a whole assortment of all sorts of things. There's a couple of old figures right tucked away at the back there, and a lot of modern stuff. A Jeremy Bulloch signed Boba Fett hat. What am I talking about? Helmet, rather. That's a Dom Post Darth Vader and a Master Replica Stormtrooper. Then we've got this very cool Bounty Hunter set down here. You might see a lot of IG-88s in the case, and that is because he's one of my favourite characters. You have a Han Solo blaster and a lightsaber there. I'll just kind of move back a bit, and then it gives you an idea of this case. Lots and lots of cool stuff in here. We're big fans of TV and film related stuff. Going to go over here and show you in this one a little bit of real Ghostbusters, Jamiroquai figure, Turtles. Those are my other set of black hole figures at the back there. We've got a Farty Towels car boglins, the brilliant professional stuff at the back there, bit of Captain Scarlet, bit of Buck Rogers, bit of Evel Knievel. I sold all my big Evel Knievel bits, which was stupid, but them's the breaks. Just open this cabinet up, and there's quite a mix of all sorts of things. Hopefully I am going slow enough for you to pick them up. This is rather cool. This is an Only Fools and Horses car that someone scratch built out of balsa wood, just because they wanted to make one for themselves. You've got the Saint there. You've got very cool signed Huggy Bear, Starsky and Hutch, an original, the later copy, and the label slap toy behind it. Oh, this is rather cool. This is a Knight Rider copy on a Smokey and the Bandit car. Brilliant. Matchbox Fighting Pirates, Thunderbirds, $6 Million Man. Got a little bit of Space 1999 there. And then there's a few more cool bits in here. It's a little bit dark in this case. So there's a BBRB gun at the back there that you can hardly see. I have another stun gun there. Some Liberators, signed by Servalan and Avon from Blake 7. There's the Batmobile stuff. There's all my Hot Wheels Batmobiles. A little bit of space, a little bit of the shuttle there. There's a photograph right at the back of the case there of the shuttle on the back of an aeroplane, and my cousin took that from her office window at work in California, which is a very cool picture. Harry Potter, Smurfs, Monsters in my pocket, Womble's playing cards, which are cool. And right at the back here, I don't know if you can spot it, if I can get the camera in. Might actually have to move this out of the way a little bit. But that signature on there is the epic William Shatner, who we got him to sign the box of that at a convention. So that's kind of the TV and film case really, which is probably one of my favourite cases in the whole of the museum. I'm just going to come here so you can see behind me. There's bits, there's boxes and stuff. Sorry, there's boxes of boxes for the vehicles that are in there, the Star Wars ones. AT-AT, there's a Slave one, even though I don't think we're allowed to call it that anymore. Some Episode 1 bits. There's all kinds of stuff all around the top, as well as on the cases. This is the Dalek here, and I'm just going to flip this camera around again. And that, if you've been to the shop, was the Millennium Falcon. That's a D'Agostini one that I built maybe 2 or 3 years ago now. And we've just put some of the little vintage die cast in there. There's a bit of a Boba Fett sculpture as well. But that's made rather a nice display there. And then what I'm going to do is just take you this way. This is my Sterling submachine gun Stormtrooper blaster, which is a real Sterling. There's a pretty minty Stormtrooper there. That is the RS Prop Masters helmet that I made many years ago. There are some very silly videos in the olden days of me building that. And there is a Brian Muir who sculpted the helmet, his signature there. And then we have a Stormtrooper that is melted in the sun from the skylight above. And unfortunately, this case here, because of my operation, I'm not strong enough to lift it anymore. So we've not been able to fish him out yet. But eventually he is going to face plant into here. So we're going to have to do something about that. Then we've got some Doctor Who bits down here, Dapol. That big Dalek in there is made of ping pong balls and plasticard, which is rather amusing. Then we've got a model tramway here, which in theory, if I keep talking for long enough, should set off running down the promenade. That's one of the first models we built here. that gives you an idea of that side of the museum. So now we're getting into what I call more of the workshop end of the museum. This is where we do a lot of our repairs on things. So we have the train track, which is behind me here. Down here is my BBC Model B. Well, actually, it was my uncle's BBC Model B. We've had that repaired. And that's a video that I filmed and not finished yet. And one day I will actually get to release that. In the corner here, in the background, with some fairground stuff that's going to go on the train set. We have lots of bits of reference material. There's a lot of old scale electric up there. There's a knockoff Vincent from Black Hole. And in here, like I say, this is our workshop and repair shop. So there's all sorts of things. Looks like something's being built here. But if I show you in here, there's some Star Wars bits that are being prepped to get ready to go out on display or sale. So we're not just mucking about with toys, we're building them, fixing them and repairing them too. It's quite a lot of fun. So that's the workshop bit. I'll switch out of here. Now I'm going to move on to these cabinets. I'm going to come over here and then you can see them a little bit better. This came from a local jeweller's, and what we're going to do with these cabinets, I'll flip the camera around again, is one of these, probably one of the deeper ones, is going to become a subscriber case. So the things that you send in will be displayed in rotation in one of those. They have got a few subscriber bits in already. And then Big Jim, Tiger and the Masters of the Universe are going to go in another one. And I'm jumping ahead of myself here. And then we're going to make a new, basically a new display for the museum here. There's a few bits. There's an old Furby. There's an ABBA doll. There's a very expensive and valuable Pippa doll down there, which is very cool, with trams here. We do love a Blackpool tram here. And then down this side are cameras, boats, kits, models, coins, all kinds of unusual things. Oh, bus conductors' outfits. And Andy, I am looking for your bus sign and I don't know where they've moved it to because they've had a massive move around. Right, I'm just going to quickly interrupt the video because I found the bus sign that I was looking for. This is the one that one of our subscribers, Andy, and regular follower and contributor and bringer of brilliant stuff to the shop. So thank you very much for that. He's actually going to go somewhere around here on display, and he was actually in the background of the video there earlier on, but I hadn't realised because we've been moving stuff around. So there it is. One of our many cool bus stop and tin signs that we have all the way around the museum. Right, back to the video. This map of Blackpool is from 1890 and predates the tower being made. Avery Aquarium and Menagerie there is what they built the tower over. South Pier is now Central Pier because they've not built South Pier yet. And that map kind of documents a lot of the history of Blackpool. It's really cool. It's quite an interesting thing. Oh, this is something that's a bit cool as well. I'm just going to flick round. So here are all my Action Man bits, or well, some of my Action Man bits. But the guys from the Shore messaged me last week and brought me in this John Menzies Action Man shop display, which is really, really cool. And I'm really glad they brought that in for me. That's awesome. So I'm back round here because we've got tin signs and all sorts all over the place. That brings me back to this end of the museum. Have we missed anything? Oh, we have a little bit of Blackpool memorabilia. We have aeroplanes in here. Oh, that Concorde's rather cool. The company that made that made all the big ones that you used to see in the British Airways travel agents. Can you just see King Kong on the tower there? Some old plates and Blackpool memorabilia. So that concludes a very quick and very rough and unedited tour of the museum on this very, very special day, which is our 75th birthday as a shop, as a family business. And I have to say, thank all of you for your support. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all the stuff that you send us, all the people that come and meet me and we chat about toys in the shop. Although sometimes I have to apologise because when we are busy, I don't have a lot of time. But it's great to meet you all, and thank you very, very much. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon for a new video.